Hello, Mr. Davis. My name is Timothy Arrington. I'm a marketing technician for Infinity Lead Generations. We specialize in web design, SEO service, internet marketing, so forth and so on, things of that nature. Accidentally kind of came across your website when I was in Macon with my wife on some business, and it kind of struck up a little bit, piqued a little bit of my interest because that's just what I do every day. And so I put together this quick video because you're kind of leaving some money on the table with your business, even though I'm sure you're doing great. Looks like you've been in business for a while, but there's ways to improve your business. And so I just put together a quick video and I'm going to shoot it to you, and you can do as you may with it. So let's get started. First off, I'm going to apologize. I am not a professional speaker. I do not read from a script. I just shoot from the cuff. So I'm going to stumble over words. I'm going to probably use a few of the wrong words. I may get a little excited. I'm going to try to keep it to a minimum. But I do get excited about this because this is exactly what I do for small local businesses. So let's get started. Just moved to Macon. This is a scenario, of course. Just moved to Macon, just bought a house, and voila, I got some serious plumbing problems. Something explodes, something bursts, water everywhere. Shut the water off to my house, and I need a plumber, something serious. So what do? I do like most Americans. I go right to Google, type in plumbing services or plumber or something to that effect. Now, right here, you see I put in Macon, Georgia. That's because I'm actually in Ellenwood, Georgia. But I put in Macon, Georgia so that we can see the results for your area. And here's what will pop up. Right here in this top area, we call this the 3-pack. This is the map section of Google. So you see you got Buzzell, interesting. Mr. Rooter and Piles Plumbing. Those guys made the top 3. This area right here, prime real estate. Can't even lie to you. This is like the #1 spot everybody wants to get to. Reason being, because they're the first thing that people see. And since if I didn't know you and I didn't know people that you serviced before, so nobody can recommend you to me, and so I'm randomly looking for a plumber, in my mind, these guys must be somebody important because for some reason, Google gave them to me first. And that's how it works. Now, these guys' skill set is no better than yours. For all we know, they may be worse than yours. They may not even know what they're doing. But that's not the point. Because as a customer, I don't know that. All I know is they get points for being authoritative on what they do simply because they're listed here. But really, they're listed here because of what they've done with their websites. That's what made them get here. Google uses an algorithm in regards to your website. And when they do all this stuff behind the scenes that I'm not going to really get into, voila, a number comes out and boom. Buzzell, he did his website just enough that he's #1. Mr. Rooter Plumbing, he came in #2. Piles came in #3. So that's where they ranked. That mean that their skills are better, just mean that their website is better. So they get what? Every time somebody type in a plumber, they get free marketing right here, already paid for. Every time somebody logs in. Down here, we call this the organic section. Now this is interesting for Macon because I see Home Advisor, I see something from the Better Business Bureau, the Yellow Pages. These are the top 3 before we even get to somebody's specific business. We got national businesses listed here. Google does not really like to put national businesses for the results for a local business. What that means is that to me, that these people, even though they're on page 1, they got some pretty weak websites. They're so weak that Google decided to put some of these guys in on top of them. And that's bad for them, but that's good for you because that means we can probably take over these guys. We could probably get our website up here pretty easy if Google already decided that they're weak enough that they're going to be behind some of the national sites. So anyway, I come on page 1. I'm looking for a plumber. I see these guys. I see a few more guys listed down through here. By the time I get to the bottom of this page, I done called 5, 8 plumbers, and one of these guys is going to resolve my issue. And so what does that mean for Davis Plumbing? It means that the money that could have went to Davis Plumbing is going to go to Covenant Plumbing or Macon Plumber or one of these other guys. Any place but in your pocket. It's going to help feed their families, going to help their business thrive, going to help pay for retirement, college educations, whatever it is they have on the list of things to do. That's what that money is just going to help them do, and it could have been helping you. So most customers, you can look this up if you want. Google it. That's what I say. Look it up, and it's going to tell you that over 90% of the customers, when after they do a search for a business, will do business with one of these companies on page 1. That's just a fact. But there is a small percentage, about 10%, that for whatever reason will go to page 2. When we go to page 2, what do we see? We see more plumbing companies. There's the little AdWords up there. Come down here to some more plumbing companies. I see Action Plumbing. And there you go. Davis Plumbing, page 2, about midway, actually near the end of page 2. But hey, you're on page 2. That's a start. So let's see. Let's take a look at your website and see if I can tell why you are on page 2. Alright, so this right here, this picture you got right here, this GIF, I love it. It's beautiful. It's pretty. You're a plumber. It reflects it. Very good. As I look at your website, all right, you had some photographs on it. That's good. But you are missing a few things. You are missing what we call authoritative content. That is the number one thing that Google is looking for. Authoritative content. Give you a prime example. Log into Google if you want. Type in Mike Tyson. When you type in Mike Tyson, the results going to come up, and I can almost guarantee you that either number 1 or number 2 is going to be Wikipedia with information about Mike Tyson. Wikipedia is always on page 1 and always number 1 or number 2. Reason being is because if you click on that link about Mike Tyson, you want to get so much information on Mike Tyson that you're going to be sick of him by the time you finish reading it. You won't even finish reading it. It's like a book, and it's just about Mike Tyson. And Wikipedia does that for every topic that they cover. They go into so much depth that by the time you finish it, you feel like you've related to Mike Tyson, because you know so much information about the guy. They are so authoritative that Google puts them at number 1. But your site is not that authoritative. Click on your link right here for residential plumbing. Takes me over here, just like to your services page. And your services page doesn't have a whole lot of information. Once again, got a few pictures, but pictures does not account for content. They just kind of take up space. And when I look at the words, you just don't have that much authoritative information. And because you don't have that much authoritative information, Google decided that your website was worth putting on page 2. I hate to be blunt about it, but that's where you're listed. And being on page 2 is costing you and your family money. That's just the bottom line. It's costing you and your family money. Let's go back. Come over here to commercial plumbing. Click on it. What happens? Oh, takes you right back to the same page I just left. Go back. You probably already know this since it is your site. If I click on this, I already know it's going to take me back to the same place. If I click on this, where does it take me? To the About Us page. So now let's take a look at that. Irrigation repair. If I want to know more information about irrigation repair, I click on that link and it takes me to information about you and your company and your staff. Now, you and your company and staff, and About Us page is awesome. You should definitely have that. Customers like to know who they're dealing with when they do business. So this is a good way for your customers to feel like they get a chance to get to know you, or at least a little bit about your background or your staff's background. Unfortunately, this is not giving me a whole lot of information about irrigation. So as a customer, I'm probably going to be a little bit frustrated because I'm like trying to learn about irrigation. But instead, I'm learning about your staff. Let's go here. Let's go to Ask the Plumber. See where that takes us. Give me a second. Sorry, my internet connection is a little slow. Slower than normal. Come on. There we go. Oh, takes me right back to this right here. To the About Us page. So, you got links that kind of take you nowhere really fast. And that's not good for the customers. Here's your service list. I can't click on it to get more information about that. You don't have a NAP, which is called name and address of phone number. We call it a NAP in the SEO business. It's critical that you have one of those, that you have it placed on your site, because Google looks for that. on a regular basis, you're missing that. And then I did this little search on your website, citations. Citations is like a vote. It's like a vote from another site somewhere on the web that gives your website validity. So I had done some other searches in the past. I had done, let's say, Oglethorpe Dental. I did them today. You see, Oglethorpe Dental has 142 citations, which is very good. Now, this guy down here, Lewis Medical, he's a little short. He still has some, just a little short. Davis Plumbing Company has 0 citations. 0 citations. That is a very big explanation on why you're on page number 2. Because after authoritative content being number 1, the number 2 thing they look for is citations. Now, I know that if you sat down with me and started talking about plumbing and all the things that it takes to be a plumber and all the details and qualifications required to be a plumber, you're going to watch my eyes haze over, my head kind of lean to the side, and I probably start drooling on you because I'm probably falling asleep because I have no idea what you're talking about. So it's kind of the same thing when it comes to the web design. I don't want to get into too much detail because I've already talked long enough. All I'm telling you is that your website could use some work, and I can definitely do the work. Now, if you get in touch with me and you want me to do the work, that's going to be great for both of us. But if not, if nothing else that you take from this video, just get somebody to do the work because you need some help, because you need to be on page 1. You started this business for you and your family's success. And right now you're on page 2. If all it means is tweaking on your website to drive you to page 1, to get more customers, to increase your business, to get that free advertisement every time somebody's looking for a plumber in Macon, I'm sure you'll do it. I hope to hear from you. On the email, you should see my phone number, which is 404-790-3369. We also have a website, Infinity Lead Generations, on the email. You can click on that link, check us out. I hope to hear from you soon.